Did you know that you might be putting your health at risk every day without knowing it? And it's all because of a little seed that seems so harmless. I'm talking about chia. This seed became a craze very quickly, and today, everyone takes it. Just look at the influencers on social media. Doctors also recommend it, and for good reasons. But I'm going to tell you a secret that almost no one knows. If you're taking chia the wrong way, you're not only losing all its benefits, but you might also be causing serious problems for your intestine, heart, and even your joints. Did you know that? In recent months, I myself have seen dozens of reports from people who started having digestive problems, abdominal pain, intestinal changes, and even reflux episodes after starting to consume chia. And you know what's the most shocking thing about all this? In all cases, the problem wasn't the chia itself, but the completely wrong way these people were consuming it. Today, I'm going to reveal the 16 most dangerous mistakes people make when consuming chia. And this includes mistakes that even doctors don't usually warn their patients about. But these mistakes can be silently harming your health. Some of these mistakes are so common that you've probably made some of them. Or worse yet, you continue doing them without knowing. But I'm not here to worry you. Stay until the end, because I'm going to teach you the right method to prepare and take chia. And doing it this way, I guarantee you'll transform your health once and for all. Additionally, I'll reveal a secret I learned from a nutritionist that will enhance all the benefits of this wonderful little seed. Shall we begin? Well, the first mistake I see constantly, and which is extremely dangerous, is taking chia straight from the jar, when it's still dry. Many people do this. They get home, grab a spoon, throw the chia in their mouth and drink water on top, thinking everything is solved. And look, my friends, this is a time bomb in your digestive system. This is because chia has an impressive capacity to absorb liquid. In fact, it can absorb up to 10 times its own weight in water. Now, stop to think. If you swallow a spoon of dried chia, it will start to swell inside your esophagus and stomach like a giant sponge. I know many of you might think this isn't a big deal, but cases have already been documented of people who ended up in the emergency room with esophageal obstruction because of this. To give you an idea, a 65-year-old woman in the United States almost died because the chia swelled so much in her esophagus that it completely blocked the passage. Doctors had to perform an emergency procedure to remove the gelatinous mass that formed. And, you know, what's the saddest thing about this story? This could have been prevented with a simple preparation that takes only 5 minutes. When you consume dry chia, besides the risk of obstruction, you're forcing your body to donate its own water to hydrate this fiber. And this, as you can imagine, can lead to body dehydration, as well as severe constipation and extremely heavy and painful digestion. Therefore, never, ever consume dry chia. The second mistake I discovered recently, and that almost no one talks about, is not washing chia before using it. Most people open the package and start consuming it directly. Do you do this too? But think with me. This little seed comes from plantations that might be thousands of kilometers away, goes through harvesting processes, transport in trucks, storage in warehouses, and during this entire journey, it can accumulate dust, packaging residues, small stones, and even pesticide traces. And those who think that organic versions don't have the same problem are mistaken. Now consider this. Chia is a very porous seed, which means it easily absorbs anything that's in the surrounding environment. If you don't wash it, you're ingesting all of this together. It's like eating a fruit without washing it, only, in this case, it's worse. Because you're going to consume several little seeds at once. To wash it is simple. Put the chia in a very fine strainer, one of those for tea, and let running water pass through for a few seconds, stirring gently. You'll be surprised by the amount of residue that comes out. The third mistake I see a lot is not respecting the time needed to hydrate them. People are in a hurry, always rushing. So they put chia in water, wait 5 or 10 minutes, and think it's ready for consumption. But chia is like a sophisticated sponge. It needs time to hydrate completely and form that characteristic gel. And it's precisely in this gel where many of its digestive benefits are concentrated. When you consume poorly hydrated chia, it will continue the liquid absorption process inside your body, stealing water from your digestive system. The result? This can cause abdominal discomfort, bloating sensation, and even reflux episodes, especially if you're over 50 years old. To solve this is simple. Hydrate them for at least 30 minutes. The best thing is to leave them overnight in the refrigerator. This way, you ensure that the chia is completely hydrated and will form a smooth gel that's easy to digest. Many people, especially those over 40, have more sensitive stomachs, so this proper preparation makes all the difference between having benefits or having problems. A mistake I see constantly, especially among people who are trying to improve their health, is overdoing the quantity thinking it will have more effect. The mentality of, if a little is good, a lot is better, can be very dangerous with chia. This is because chia has a high concentration of fiber, and our intestine has a limit of how much it can process without entering stress. When you consume more than 1 tablespoon per day, which is approximately 15 grams, you can completely overload your digestive system. This can cause severe diarrhea, excessive gas, intense intestinal cramps, and, paradoxically, even constipation. This occurs because excess fiber can form a very dense mass in the intestine. For people over 60, who naturally already have slower digestion, this excess can be even more problematic, potentially causing discomfort that lasts for days. The right measure is 1 level tablespoon per day. If you've never consumed chia before, start with 1 teaspoon and gradually increase over a week. Another very common mistake that can completely destroy chia's benefits is mixing it with very hot liquids. Many people have the habit of putting chia in morning tea, in hot coffee, or in hot drinks, thinking they're doing something super healthy. But here's the problem. Excessive heat destroys chia's omega-3 fatty acids, which are precisely one of the main reasons we consume this seed. Omega-3s are very delicate fats that oxidize and lose their properties when exposed to high temperatures. It's like you're paying for the benefit, but throwing it away. Additionally, chia protein can also be denatured by excessive heat. If you like to consume chia with warm drinks, wait for the temperature to drop to warm, never hot. A good tip is to be able to put your finger in the drink without burning yourself. Now, I need to say something. One of the most concerning mistakes I see, especially among people over 50 who are trying to lose weight or simplify their diet, is using chia as a meal replacement. Many people consume only chia for breakfast or only chia for dinner, thinking they're making a super healthy choice and will lose weight faster. This is extremely dangerous, especially after this age, when our body needs even more complete and balanced nutrition. Chia is wonderful. It has fiber, it has omegas, it has some minerals, but it doesn't have all the essential amino acids your body needs to maintain muscle mass. It doesn't have enough vitamins to sustain your vital functions, and it doesn't have the necessary energy to keep your metabolism functioning adequately. When you replace meals with chia, you can develop serious nutritional deficiencies that manifest as weakness, hair loss, weak nails, muscle mass loss, mood changes, and even hormonal problems. For menopausal women, this can worsen symptoms like hot flashes and mood swings. For men, it can affect testosterone levels. Chia should be a wonderful complement to your diet, never a substitute. Combine it with quality proteins, fresh vegetables, healthy fats, and whole carbohydrates. This way, you enhance Chia's benefits within a complete nutritional context. Another very serious mistake is not drinking enough water when you regularly consume Chia. Chia fiber needs water to function properly in your intestine. If you take Chia but don't increase your water consumption during the day, you're creating a situation we explained before. Chia fiber will compete with your own body for available water. This can result in severe constipation, formation of very hard and dried feces, difficulty evacuating, and even anal fissures, which are especially problematic for older people. The rule is simple. For each spoon of Chia you consume, drink at least 1 extra glass of water throughout the day. And it doesn't need to be all at once. Distribute this consumption. Another mistake I see a lot, and that can completely ruin Chia's benefits, is mixing it with industrialized products full of sugar and chemical additives. I'm talking about sweetened yogurt, boxed juice, ready-made drinks, industrialized vitamins. People think they're being healthy, but they're creating a metabolic bomb. Chia has the ability to delay nutrient absorption, which is great when you're consuming natural foods, because it prevents blood glucose spikes. But when you mix Chia with refined sugar, this sugar stays circulating in your blood for much longer, keeping your glucose levels elevated for hours, besides overloading your pancreas. For people with prediabetes, diabetes, or insulin resistance, this can be especially harmful. The ideal is to mix Chia with better options like filtered water, unsweetened plant milk, or natural whole yogurt without sweeteners. Or even better, mix with fresh whole fruits, as these have natural fibers to balance the sugar. A mistake many people make, especially those who are starting to take care of their diet, is not making a gradual adaptation. If you've never eaten fiber in your life, lived on processed foods, and suddenly decide to start with a whole tablespoon of Chia, what do you think will happen? Your intestine simply isn't prepared for this amount of fiber at once. This can cause excessive gas, abdominal cramps, diarrhea, and a general feeling of malaise that can last several days. The ideal is to start slowly. In the first week, start with a small teaspoon per day. Second week, a slightly larger teaspoon. Third week, you can reach the tablespoon. This way, you give time for your intestinal flora to adapt and for your digestive system to get used to this new routine. For people over 60, this gradual adaptation is even more important, because digestive capacity naturally decreases with age, and sudden changes can be harder to tolerate. There are also people who make the mistake of consuming Chia along with other fiber supplements, such as oat bran, psyllium, or other fiber-rich products. This can be a tremendous overload for the digestive system. Imagine your intestine is like a road, and fiber are the cars passing through. If you put too many cars on the road, you'll get a traffic jam. Excess fiber can cause serious intestinal discomfort, gas, cramps, and even a condition that doctors call fecal impaction, where feces become so dried and compacted that they can't be eliminated naturally. If you already take some other type of fiber or digestive supplement, talk to your doctor before adding Chia to your routine. Now, let me ask you, what time of day do you consume Chia? If it's at bedtime, well, it's better to rethink this habit. Many people do this thinking they'll lose weight during sleep, or that this will generate digestive benefits during the night. But the truth couldn't be more different. Chia digestion is a process that demands a lot of energy and digestive system activity. When you consume Chia and lie down right after, this can cause gastroesophageal reflux, stomach heaviness sensation, poor digestion, and impaired sleep quality. To solve this problem is simple. Prefer to consume Chia in the morning, when your digestive system is rested and ready to work, or at most until mid-afternoon. If you really prefer to consume something at night, do it at least 3 hours before sleeping and in a smaller quantity, well hydrated. Now, one of the most common mistakes that can be very dangerous, especially for people who already have health problems, is thinking that because it's natural, chia has no contraindications. This is a very dangerous myth. Chia can indeed interfere with medication effects. If you take medicine for high blood pressure, chia can enhance the hypotensive effect and cause dangerous blood pressure drops. If you use anticoagulants, chia's omega-3s can increase bleeding risk. If you have diabetes and take medication, chia can alter glucose absorption and decompensate your blood sugar levels. Therefore, if you take any regular medication, especially for chronic conditions, always consult your doctor before including chia in your daily routine. They can adjust dosages or schedules to avoid dangerous interactions. Now, the next mistake starts before chia arrives at your house, when buying it. Do you usually buy chia looking only at the price? To save money? Well, in this case, you need to be very careful. Chia, when it's very cheap, is usually rancid, may have been poorly stored, contaminated with fungi, or may have even lost its main nutrients during inadequate transport and storage. Rancid chia not only loses benefits, but can be harmful to your health, causing inflammation in the organism. Chia with fungi can cause respiratory and digestive problems. Therefore, always buy from reliable suppliers and store at home in a well-closed glass jar, away from sunlight and humidity. Another mistake many people make is storing ground chia for a long time. Ground chia oxidizes very quickly when exposed to air, losing its omega-3s and other sensitive nutrients. If you like ground chia because it's easier to digest, grind only the amount you're going to consume right away, using a clean coffee grinder. Never store ground chia for more than 1 day. Lastly, there are people who force chia consumption even when feeling malaise or discomfort. If you have a sensitive intestine, gastritis, irritable bowel syndrome, Crohn's disease, or any other digestive condition, chia can be very aggressive for your system, even being natural and healthy. Symptoms can include abdominal pain, excessive gas, changes in intestinal rhythm, nausea or stomach heaviness sensation. If this happens to you, stop consumption immediately and seek medical guidance. Not every food, no matter how healthy it may be, works for everyone. This is something that took me a long time to learn in my long years of life. But know that it's completely normal, okay? Now, I know you must be wondering, okay, but how do I consume chia then? What's the correct way? Well, I'm going to teach you the best way to prepare and consume chia, to get the maximum of its benefits. Start by taking 1 level tablespoon of chia, which equals approximately 15 grams. Wash these seeds well in running water using a fine strainer, stirring gently to remove impurities. Next, place the washed chia in half a glass of filtered water, which is approximately 120 milliliters. Mix very well with a spoon to prevent lumps from forming. Cover the container and leave in the refrigerator for at least 30 minutes. The ideal is actually to leave it overnight. The next morning, you'll have a creamy and uniform gel, easy to digest, and with all nutrients preserved. You can consume this gel pure. Mix it with fresh chopped fruits. Add it to natural yogurt without sugar, or incorporate it into a homemade smoothie with fruits and plant milk. Now, if you're going to consume chia, remember to drink at least 2 extra glasses of water during the day, and always prefer the morning period or early afternoon for consumption. If you've never consumed chia before, start with 1 teaspoon for 3 days, then increase to 1 dessert spoon for 3 more days, and only then move to the complete tablespoon. As you can see, chia can be a powerful ally for your health, helping with digestion, glycemic control, cardiovascular health, and even maintaining a healthy weight. But all these benefits only appear when it's consumed the right way, respecting your body and individual needs. If this video opened your eyes to the necessary care with chia, Subscribe to the channel to receive more content about healthy and natural eating. Activate the notification bell so you don't miss any new video, and share this content with your friends and family. Your health thanks you, and so does theirs. See you in the next video, and until then, take good care of yourself.